This is just a bit of an editorial about respect and how to do things the right way, how to do things the wrong way when it comes to debating issues in the Sasquatch field. I think that last night's MNBRT radio was a perfect example of how to do it right. How to respectfully debate, respectfully disagree, agree to disagree. That's what happened between Jeff Meldrum and Donna Kors last night on MNBRT radio. And it was a great example of how to do it right, how to do it correctly. There were no personal insults, there was no name calling, there was no personal attacks or anything like that. It was just a very good and heated debate. It was a heated debate, to be sure, but it was a good debate. And both parties were very respectful of each other. They might have disagreed, but they were very respectful of each other, which was a good thing. And I think that Donna and Jeff, they can sit down at the Ohio Bigfoot Conference and say, "Hey, we had a bit of a disagreement, but we still respect each other. We can still like each other, and there's nothing wrong with that." How not to do it? Well, there was a recent radio program where, and I'm just going to name the program. It was Bigfoot Truth and Lies, hosted by Hawk Spearman. He had Pat Rance on, and Pat Rance was apparently making some foul statements about people, using some foul language, and saying some pretty nasty things, from what I understand. I have not listened to the show, but I've read about what happened, and the thing is, that's the wrong way to do it. That is the absolute wrong way to do it. Now, you know, Hawk, his reputation in the Bigfoot community is not all that great. He is regarded as a hoaxer and an exaggerator, a liar in some cases. But the whole deal is that Pat Rance kind of went on a rant, as it were, and just basically was cussing people out. And that's not the right way to do it. It's one thing to respectfully disagree with somebody. It's quite another thing to go on an internet radio program and just start cussing people out for no good reason at all. And I can give another example of a respectful debate. It happened on Sasquatch Watch Radio. Oh, this was, I think, last summer or last spring sometime. Ron Losey, or Lucy, originally, I believe, from Washington State. He lives in Tennessee now. He had an interesting debate with Igor Bortsev on Billy's program on Sasquatch Watch Radio, and they had a very respectful debate. I thought it was a great little debate that they had between each other over the ape versus human controversy. And there was no name calling, there was no personal insults or anything like that. And that was a good example as well of respectful disagreement. And I commend both Ron and Igor. And I can also commend Billy. I commend Billy for his bringing them together and just doing a great job. I would recommend that folks download the archives of both last night's MNBRT radio and that program from Sasquatch Watch Radio. The program on Sasquatch Watch Radio, I don't have the date handy, but the program was called the ape versus human debate or something like that. If you look through the archives of Sasquatch Watch Radio, you should be able to find it on the Sasquatch Watch Radio homepage, which is www.blogtalkradio.com/SasquatchWatchRadio. Of course, for the MNBRT show, you just go to www.blogtalkradio.com/MNBRT and check out that archive. I thought both shows were great examples of respectful dissent and disagreement, and I recommend downloading and listening to both of them. I want to commend Abe once again, Abe and Evie, and their special guest co-host James Bobo Fay for for bringing a great show together. It was terrific, and I also going to commend again Billy and also D.B. Donlin, even though he's no longer associated with the Sasquatch Watch radio program. He was the co-host at the time. And Billy Willard and D.B. Donlin did a great job on that show. So kudos to all of you. And I think I think both of those were a good example of respectful disagreement, which is what we all should have in this field.